Hey guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I am Candice Ray, and today we're going to talk about maskne. With the pandemic, maskne became very popular. If you're new to the phrase or new to what maskne is, it is basically a breakout along where you wear your mask. Mask, acne, hence maskne. I found out about maskne because my face has never been the same. In my full-time line of work, I am in urgent care. It means I'm a healthcare worker and I'm on the front lines. And sometimes you are in a mask for literally hours. So with a combination of being in a mask and all the humidity there, having to talk in it, particles from your mouth and food and everything like that getting into the mask and technically into your pores can really cause some damage. Not only can it cause the acne that shows up on your face, it can also cause hyperpigmentation, which is something that happened to me. I had all these bumps on my face and then they were all just dark spots. So I had to do a couple of things to prevent my maskne and then help with the dark spots. Now the dark spots is something that I'm still working on. I really don't want to shock my system, and I'm trying to do glycolic and things like that at home. For me, I just want to have a good system for my skin, because yes, do I want clearer skin? But also, do I really want healthy skin? Yes. So doing a whole bunch of things to your skin at one time can really be bad. So what you want to do is you want to do things slow and steady, repetitive and consistent. So if you're experiencing maskne or know someone who is, here's a routine that can definitely help your skin. For any routine, the best thing you can always do is start off with a cleanser. Now this routine does not have to be cleanser specific. It's not something that you know for sure, like, oh, I have to get a salicylic acid type of cleanser, or I have to get a gentle cleanser. Whatever you're used to using, then you can just use that sort of cleanser. I don't suggest using a cleanser that's also a scrub at the same time, because you're gonna get there, but you don't want to do too much stuff at one time that's going to like shock your skin. The cleanser that I'm using right now is the Purity cleanser from Philosophy. This cleanser is really gentle, but it also helps with removing your makeup. One of the reasons that I really like using this cleanser is because it removes your makeup at the same time. So if I want to get the cleanest skin possible, I try to use something that's also going to help me remove my makeup. Before I use a cleanser, I always remove my makeup. I use a cleansing oil, or I use micellar water with a wipe to remove my makeup, but most of the time I use a cleansing oil or a cleansing balm, and then I go in with the cleanser to make sure that any excess makeup is also out. Using a pre-cleanser or a cleansing oil before you go in with your cleanser really helps to break down any dirt, debris, makeup, or anything before you actually go in with your cleanser, in order to make sure that your face is super clean. Then after cleanser, we know there's toner. The best toner to use in these sort of situations is a hydrating toner. You don't want to use a toner that's going to strip a whole lot, and you also don't want to use a toner that's going to peel. Those toners with salicylic acid and glycolic and lactic acid, those are the toners that you want to stay away from for this sort of routine to heal your maskne, or also to prevent it. One of the best hydrating toners that I know of is Thayer's. This toner is the cucumber toner from Thayer's. It has witch hazel in it. It has cucumber. It's hydrating and it's very gentle. Not only does it go and balance your skin, but it hydrates it, it moisturizes it, and it gives everything back that you took out with the cleanser. And it's alcohol free. Alcohol free toner is very important in this maskne routine, because you really don't want to strip your skin. The key to this routine is moisture. You need moisture. Your face is dehydrated from wearing that mask, all of that humidity and particles from your mouth and the mask going into your pores. Thayer's also has a rose toner and a lavender toner that's pretty good as well, if you don't want to use the cucumber. And it doesn't have a whole lot of fragrance in it. That way you can use the toner and it won't break you out or something like that if you have sensitive skin. Next, you want to get a scrub or a peel. In this routine, you absolutely need something that is going to physically exfoliate. Notice that I said physically. Chemical exfoliations are really good for deeper penetration into the skin, and I love chemical exfoliations like glycolic acid and lactic acid because they really do the trick when you're trying to get something sucked deep into your skin out. But for the most part, I try to save those chemical exfoliations for like hyperpigmentation, uneven skin tone, and things like that. Physical exfoliations help to strip off the top layer of your skin. It also helps to open your pores and helps to detox and let everything out. What I prefer is more of a scrub in this situation and not exactly a peel. Peels that I know of are more for chemical exfoliation, but I think that a physical, very gentle exfoliating scrub is better. I use the Daily Microfoliant from Dermalogica. This literally looks like rice powder. It's very thin, the molecules are really small, and it does not scratch your skin. You need something that is going to be gentle. Do not get sugar scrubs, and also don't use a salt scrub. And absolutely do not use an apricot scrub. Those scrubs have ingredients in them that can scratch your surface. You want to exfoliate, not damage. This exfoliating powder helps to smooth your skin and strip off the top layer so that all of the ingredients that you are trying to use to help your skin from maskne will actually do its job. After the exfoliation, your skin will definitely feel smoother and it will appear brighter. I got that Dermalogica exfoliating powder from Amazon. Also, another really good exfoliating powder is from Good Molecules. They have a pineapple exfoliating powder that I have used a couple times, and it was really, really nice. And it's just as gentle as the Dermalogica brand. I like to use Dermalogica for my facials, so I tend to go with their brand more, but I really do like Good Molecules as well. They have really good serums and they have a really good exfoliating powder. The game-changing part in this routine to help moisturize and really hydrate deeper into the skin is hyaluronic acid. If you've seen my serums video, then you've seen me talk about hyaluronic acid. First of all, it's already in your body. More of it in your body as a kid than it is as an adult. So sometimes you might want to use a serum to supplement that and help to keep the tissue in your body lubricated and hydrated. Hyaluronic acid is really good for people with very, very dry skin and also people with sensitive skin. This helps to lubricate and hydrate your skin so that the barrier function that you have on the outside is more protected and protective. This hyaluronic acid, I'm actually almost out of it, but I want to order the one from Good Molecules to try that one next. But this one I got from TJ Maxx. It's very thin, very watery, as I showed you in the last video. It comes out just like water. It's really, really thin, and you have to use this on damp skin. So right after cleansing, toning, the exfoliant, you're gonna wash that off of your face. So then you want to use your hyaluronic acid right after that while your skin is damp. Do not let your pores close up. That's not what we doing, sis. Like, you don't let your pores close up. You make sure that your skin is damp so that your skin can receive the ingredients from the hyaluronic acid so you can be lubricated and hydrated so you can get rid of that maskne. Have to be open to receive. So doing the hyaluronic acid while your skin is still damp is the best, and you will receive the most benefits from that particular serum. Serums penetrate deeper into the skin, so if you are looking to do something a little bit more to your skin and give your skin more, you really need to try some serums. Now, don't try all of them at one time. Like, I'm not telling you to just buy a whole bunch of serums and then all of a sudden you just have, like, oh, you know, all this stuff on your face. No, one thing at a time, and see what your skin needs before you just do anything. That's not the point of that, okay? Also, using hyaluronic acid works to help fill in fine lines and wrinkles. So if you are worried about that, then using a hyaluronic acid in your routine will help you to fill in those lines, because when you fill them with water and hydration and things like that, they won't be as visible. So after you do all that, you want to seal it with a hydrating moisturizer. Now, if you're doing this routine in the morning, you absolutely want a moisturizer that has sunscreen in it, or you definitely want to put on your sunscreen. It is not debatable. If it is daytime, you gotta put your sunscreen on. It's not up for debate, sis. Like, you can't do that. Like, you gotta put on your sunscreen, especially if you have maskne and then you got hyperpigmentation from the maskne. Putting your sunscreen on over those spots, make sure that the sun does not re-tan your dark spots. Pretty simple, right? But a hydrating moisturizer will continue the work of everything else that you've done, especially the hyaluronic acid. You don't want something that's going to be too stripping, and you also don't want something that's going to be too thick and not that hydrating. The hydrating moisturizer that I use is from Skin Script. I actually use Skin Script in my facials because they have enzymes and masks and things like that I like to buy from them. But I also use this hydrating moisturizer on my clients who really like it. This hydrating moisturizer also has shea butter, rose hip, and aloe. So this is not heavy. Although it does have shea butter in it, it is not very heavy. It's very lightweight. It smells really good, and it does not dry out your skin, not one bit. But all in all, this routine has to be hydrating and it has to be cleansing. Furthermore, with the mask, if you're going to have reusable masks, make sure that you clean them. The key to this routine actually working for you and you being able to have better skin is you have to have a clean mask at all times. So if you're using cloth masks, make sure that you use a mask that is either lined with silk or a mask that is cotton and is breathable. You don't want a mask that's going to cause too much friction on the skin, because that will definitely irritate you, and then that just causes a rash, opens up that pore there, lets other things in, and you just definitely don't want that. So try something that's going to be cotton based. That way you have something that's going to be super gentle on your face and something that is going to be breathable so that you don't have a whole bunch of humidity on your face. If you're going to be using disposable masks, do that. Dispose of it. Disposable masks are not to keep being reused over and over and over and over. Honestly, if you're going to be using a disposable mask, I would say use it maybe 2 to 3 times. And that is it. So you know you have to be in a disposable mask all day, then get another one the next day. Try not to wear makeup under your mask. I can honestly say the only time that I wear makeup under my masks is if I'm going somewhere, or if I'm in the house and I filmed and I need to go pick up something from the store, or I need to go somewhere really quickly. I do not wear makeup under my mask, even though you know I love my makeup. I actually don't wear makeup under my mask at all. But if you do this routine about 3 times a week, if you have other routines that you want to do, if you're trying to combat your hyperpigmentation, or you have like an acne breakout, or you want to do like a different mask, that's completely fine. Try to do this routine at least 3 times a week so you can get your maskne under control and then also prevent it. But you guys, we are all in this together. It has been a struggle through this whole pandemic. I'm so proud of everyone that is getting through it the best way that they can. You guys should all be proud of yourselves as well. But we're still here, so we might as well make the most of it and be smart about it. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that this routine can be something that you can use in order to get your maskne and other skin conditions under control. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can definitely comment on this video or send me an email that is below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you later.